My name is Tonchelle Lucas. This is my life, my story.
How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
All right, all right. I want to thank you for coming in and tell your story today. And your story is kind of unique. You know, we want to really talk about this group that you have, and you're doing some good things in your community. But I did want to start off on you. How are you? Well, I'm saying, where are you from?
North Carolina.
Okay. And how was your family growing up?
My family was good. It was any typical single mother
Okay.
family. 5 kids. My mama had 5 kids, 4 girls and 1 boy. But we
Okay.
grew up tight knit. We was a tight knit family.
Okay, that's good. And so so you said one brother. Oh, that's rough for him.
Yeah.
Well, so you and your siblings though, y'all real tight, real close. And, okay, that's good. Look out for each other.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What did you decide to do after high school?
I went on to college to receive my associates in computer programming, and I took on a couple of trades too. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay. So how many kids do you have?
one
One. Okay, boy or girl?
boy. He's 26, and I have a grandson that's 5.
Okay, great, great. Oh yeah. So let me ask, how would you describe your personality?
I'm a loner. Um, I'm a loner and a people person, if that makes sense. I'm not afraid to be alone, if that makes sense. I'm bubbly. I love life. I'm cool. I can be talkative, loyal, and I love hard. So
Okay.
yeah.
Um, Now, there's a group that you do to help the community, correct?
Yes.
What is the name of it?
Woman up, empowering women and girls.
Woman Up Empowerment. Okay, great. How long have you had the group?
9 years. This year will be 9 years.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
that's great. Now, what made you do this particular group? And the reason I ask this is because you could have did any other group. You could have did a man up group, or you could have did something else. Now, what made you do this specifically for young girls and trying to empower them?
I feel like it was a need in the community. I know when I was growing up, the only mentor I really had is my mom and my aunts, and of course teachers. And I felt like it was a need in the community for girls, especially young black girls, to be able to look up to women like us. And so I just felt like it was a need, and I feel like I needed to change too. So that's what made me start
Okay,
the
good, good.
organization.
Now, when you say you think you needed to change, why would you say that? Like,
Um, yeah, so growing up, I had a great life. But I also made a lot of bad decisions when it
okay,
came to men and, different things like that.
okay,
So
okay. So you thought just your experience, uh, you can help them not make mistakes or whatever. Okay,
absolutely, yeah.
great, great. What would you say some of the goals that you're trying to reach for the group?
A couple of goals I will say is to allow them to reach their full potential. And to let them know that they can do anything if they put their mind to it. I feel like in the limelight they show other races, reaching to the top, and they don't really kind of put the light on us. But with good role models in your life and just putting forth the effort, I think you could be anything
Okay,
you
great,
put
great.
your mind to.
And speaking of role models, do you use volunteers to help or anybody?
Yes, we have a lot of volunteers and we do community service hours as well. So yeah, we have a lot of volunteers, a lot of women and young girls and men that reach out to volunteer for the services that we
That's great.
offer. Yeah.
Now, what are some of the age ranges of the young teens involved in your group?
So the age range is 6 and up. So we have 6 years old and we have a 70-year-old.
Okay,
So
wow.
the ages vary. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So it's just for women. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
I got you. And it's about the empowerment.
Absolutely.
Great. Uh, so I did get a chance to visit your Facebook page, and I noticed that you promote entrepreneurs. Is that one thing that you teach the young children, young ladies?
Absolutely. I feel like in order for you to grow as a person or you to get where you at, somebody had to help you, right? And so why not lend your hand back out to others to help them and boost, help people be an entrepreneur or whatever it is that, they may need help with. So I feel like it's very important to help the next person.
Okay, great, great. Now, what are some of the other things you teach the teens?
Bullying, sex, sex trafficking, how to cook, tutoring. We help with resumes, homework. You name it, we pretty much, um, have that offer that service. Yeah.
So they pretty much learn just womanhood.
Absolutely,
Gotcha.
absolutely.
Now, can what about sponsorship? Like, can anyone sponsor like a young teen if they're doing anything and want to sponsor?
Absolutely. So we have an annual conference every year, and so in order for us to have an awesome conference, of course, we have to pay.
Yeah.
We charge. I know before when we started doing it, it was free, but
Okay.
as time goes on, you have to pay for things. And so what I do is reach out to sponsors to help sponsor a young girl that can't afford to pay to come to the conference, so that way they can get all they need out of the conference without having to worry about the paying.
Okay. Now, speaking of the conferences, uh, do speakers come to the conferences and so they get an experience of different speakers and different vendors and that type of thing?
Absolutely. So we have speakers. We have male and female speakers. We have one-on-one coaching. We have mentoring there. We have vendors. We have singers. We have poets. We have you name it. We try to make it. It's like a little small nugget of the empowerment in Raleigh. So yeah.
So this is something they get to see. I mean, is it once a year, you say?
Annually in October. Yeah.
And they come enjoy themselves
Yep.
and get to speak with other young teens and all that type of thing. Okay, wow. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. Because most of the time, young teens, even younger kids, now they grow up faster than we did. They get more information faster because of the internet thing. So their choices, they have a choice of drugs. I mean, it's a whole lot of bad choices out here. And if you saw a young teen that you wanted to persuade her to come to your group instead of making a bad choice, what would you say to her?
So how I usually do is when I engage, because like I'm more like an internet surfer, right? And I really search for young girls, or I just really just see how they act on Facebook. And so it's been plenty of times where I reached out to them via Messenger, and just to let them know like what we offer, let them know what we offer, and just come and see for themselves of get the experience, because I know coming up, like I probably wouldn't have even thought about joining like a nonprofit or empowerment organization, but I just let them know it's not what they think. Just come and experience, judgment-free zone. And a lot of young girls, like once you say non-judgment or judgment-free zone, they really will accept your invitation. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And they come in there and they'll see what it's like. And a lot of them just say, okay, yeah, this is for me.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
get a fellowship with other young women.
Yeah.
Wow, that's powerful. Uh, Now, you work with a lot of young teens. I'm assuming young girls. And how has that changed you yourself personally?
Whew. So it changed me tremendously, because I've always been the type that want to give back, right? And I feel like as a role model, like when you see young girls' lives transition from drama, just different things to better, wanting better jobs, better communication with their parents, college. That really does something to me, to be honest. And I think is detrimental for any young or any woman in the community to want to give back, especially to our young girls. So I think that's very, very, it's needed. Yeah.
So, and you said you've been doing this for about 9 years.
Yeah.
So I know you have saw some young teens that you work with grow up, and now they're in life. When you see them, doing good. How do you feel? I mean, that's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah.
To know you at least help with that, and and I'm sure they appreciate you as well.
Yeah, I actually seen one in Walmart probably maybe 2 weeks ago. And she came up, she said, "Hey, Miss Tonchelle." So we had a conversation. She's in college.
Wow.
She's doing good. And, she was like, "I'm proud of you too." And for them to say that to you as well, because like we're the role model, we're not perfect, right? But for them to say, reciprocate that and say, "I'm proud of you as well," that does something to me. Let me know that I'm doing something right.
Good.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to. Oh, what's say the name of it again?
WoMann Up, empowering women and girls.
Okay. Now, can people just actually donate to them if you just want to just be a donor? Okay.
Yeah.
And I will try to put that on the screen for people to see,
Okay.
just to donate to help, because this is something great that you're doing for the young teens. That's like you say, this is very much needed.
It is.
These
Yeah.
young women and young men, they get on drugs early, and so that's something that's needed. So I really want to say we appreciate you
Thank
as a
you.
community for something that you're doing. A lot of people don't take that step to do that.
Yeah.
And so I want to thank you. Thank you for coming in to tell your story, telling us about your group, and more power to you. And we thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.